Welcome everyone to the 29th Annual Lunch for Literacy. My name is Sabir Chadha, and I serve as President of the Board of Directors. A big thank you for attending our event today. Food is being served, so please continue to enjoy your lunch during the program. At this time, I'd like the following groups to stand and be recognized for their outstanding service to Learning Lab. My fellow Learning Lab Board of Directors, please. Their Learning Lab's Advisory Council, our amazing Learning Lab volunteers who truly make this program successful. Our dedicated Learning Lab staff who make this amazing event possible today. And our very special guest, our student table of Learning Lab students. And now I get the absolute honor to introduce our Executive Director, Monique Smith. As many of you may know, after an incredible 20-year career, our Monique is retiring from Learning Lab. During that 20 years, she has served in almost every position, culminating as Executive Director 5 years ago. Monique's leadership through this time has strengthened Learning Lab in many areas, and she truly is leaving this organization primed for success. Even though we are sad to see her go, we are excited to see what her and Mark have planned for their next chapter. On behalf of the Board of Directors, staff, volunteers, students, and I'm sure everyone in this room, we sincerely thank you for everything you have done, Monique.
Thank you so much. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but she's only 40. How can she be retiring? And I have some news for you, too. Learning Lab is like Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. And so this may be my last time here at the podium at the luncheon, but I will still be around. And we're not here. We'll clink glasses to my retirement another day. We are going to celebrate here the reason me and so many others have supported Learning Lab for so many years. And it occurred to us we've been thinking about it. So many of you, wonderful sponsors, bring people to the luncheon, and the people you may invite may not know anything about Learning Lab, but they're like, yay, free lunch. I hope it's chicken. And it is. So what I thought we would do is I will not belabor this, but I want to make sure that everybody knows what we do, how we do it, who we serve, and the most important reason we're here today is the why. Why are we here? What are we doing? So I'm going to start out with a little, I call it Learning Lab 101. And we'll start with our mission. 10 words that took about 10 weeks to put together. If any of you have worked on putting together a mission statement, you know what I mean. I like it because we can remember it. It's not a paragraph long, and it sums up exactly what we're doing. I love the word transforming. That's what we aim to do, transform lives. Right now, we have current class locations in Garden City at our Anna Margaret Jones Center for Learning, at our Cole-Ustick Library, and our partner schools at Garfield Elementary and Taft Elementary. Classes are twice a week. Our lessons are individualized. Educators create the lessons, and volunteer tutors work one-on-one with our students. And you'll hear us, just to give a shout out to our tutors here throughout the program. Right now we have almost 300 of them. and 23 have served our students for more than 15 years. So we have lots of longevity with the people who come because it is such a human-based program, and I would venture to say that our tutors get as much out of working with our students as our students do working with our tutors. So what do? Well, we offer English language learning because English is so easy to learn. And it has no exceptions to it whatsoever. So we offer English language learning. We help students prepare for their citizenship tests. And just pick a question, see if you can answer it. No. We help students with their GEDs. And notice that the picture of the book, you practically have to study a book to learn how to use the GED calculator. And we offer family literacy. This is a really unique program in the Valley because parents or caregivers can bring their kiddos who've not yet entered school to class with them. And the kids go into their classrooms and learn what they need to be doing or what the skills that they need to help them prepare for school. And the best part is the parents can join them in that class too and learn from their teacher how to best support their child's development. These are a few of, this is a picture of the bulletin board outside of the family literacy classroom. This is where students in that family literacy program come from. Last fiscal year that ended at the end of May, we served students from 37 countries, which is pretty amazing. So what do our classes look like? Yay, I agree. Cheers to that. So this is what our classes look like. They are virtual, they are in person, they are in many places. We try to meet the needs of our students where they are. And here's some pictures of those tutors. These lovely ladies, there's Mitzi and Teresa, and both of them have served Learning Lab as tutors for more than 30 years. So cheers to them. So we're at Lunch for Literacy. You are here to support these programs that I have just described. And I just want to shout out a few statistics to you. In FY22, the last year, 19% of our annual income, that is more than 50% from individuals who donated during the luncheon. So 19% of our income was from Lunch for Literacy, and more than 50% of that came from individual donors, not the sponsors, not the ticket sales, you as donors. So your money counts. It goes to provide for those programs that I just described. And with the exception of PPP funds that we had during COVID, we receive no government funding. And I think that's important. You, our community, fund our programs. And we are incredibly grateful for that. So thank you so much. And certainly, if you're interested in learning more, look up. You can contact Jen. She does our volunteer recruitment, and we're happy to meet with you or talk to you a little bit more whenever you would like. All right. Bear with me here. I have to find my notes. And Mary Jane and Elam, if you'll be kind enough to work your way to the stage. So I had the privilege of working with Gemma VanHole, Learning Lab's first executive director for many years. Gemma, where are you? Is she waving her hand? Am I embarrassing her? Yeah, I know. She was my mentor and is my friend. I have learned so much from Gemma. She helped lay the Learning Lab's strong foundation that remains in place today. Gemma believed and demonstrated that when the desire of those who want to improve their literacy skills is combined with the talents and the compassion of community, lives change. In honor of Gemma's passion and our determined and resilient students, we honor GED graduate Elim Trinkus. Her educator, Mary Jane Fields, will introduce her.
Yay! Thank you. Elim grew up right here in Boise, but dropped out of school in the 10th grade. She has overcome a lot of challenges in her life and is truly an inspiration to me. Elim enrolled in virtual evening class at Learning Lab last spring. Being able to study virtually from home and work at her own pace made it possible for her to conquer her final GED test, which was math. Elim worked diligently with her tutors, and she earned her GED in November. Next, she would like to attend college to acquire the business skills she needs to grow her own art business. And we are so proud of you, Elim, and we can't wait to hear about your bright future. Elim, you got this, all right?
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here to support Learning Lab. My name is Elim Trinkus. I want to start by thanking my best friend, Marina, for being here, Mary Jane, Monique, all my tutors who supported me, and everybody in the Learning Lab community. I hope my story impacts other students working towards their GED. A little bit about me. I am a wife and mother of two. I enjoy watching my family see me pick myself up and accomplish the goals towards success. I know that sounds a little self-centered, but maybe you'll understand when you hear my backstory. I grew up in a toxic, chaotic home. I worked and paid rent at 14 years old. I have a love for art. I taught myself how to crochet at 15, make jewelry, and sell my artwork. At 15 years old, my dad didn't accept my talent for art. He wanted me to be a doctor or a lawyer. My art was not good enough for him. Didn't matter how much I tried to show him how great I was at it. So I ended up dropping out and running away at 16 years old. I got into drug abuse, abusive relationships, caught up in the system, no stable living. I used to sleep in a tent on the Greenbelt here locally. I used to shower in the local river here. I wanted to give up. This year, I'm going on 8 years sober. Thank you. I have a roof over our heads, my kids full-time, and I got my diploma through Learning Lab in November. I tried different GED programs. None of them had as much support or the funds. They worked in groups. They worked fast-paced. I didn't know what I was learning. So when I found Learning Lab, they worked with me at my own pace and individually. They were very supportive. Mary Jane and the tutors worked toward helping me succeed. They grouped up together, spoke together about what I needed to focus on to pass my GED. They encouraged me, and they believed in me even after I failed my tests a couple times. They really focused on helping me not just getting my GED and passing, but getting a high score. Looking back, I would never picture myself speaking about my success and moving towards my goals and applying for college this year. I thank everybody who came here to support Learning Lab.
Good job. Here's your
Thank you.
photo op here.
Oh, look at this.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, Mary
Way
Jane.
to guys
Oh,
do it.
okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, Anna. Keep it up. I love you guys. So beautiful. You're amazing.
Thank you, Elim. Thank you, Mary Jane. Here we go. Anna Margaret Jones Legacy Award. Anna Margaret Jones, Mimi, was a generous community member and philanthropist. She was integral in establishing Learning Lab as a respected and valued community resource for those desiring to transform their lives through literacy. Though Mimi passed away more than 10 years ago, and I cannot believe that, her beloved family and extended family continues to be tremendously supportive of Learning Lab, serving on committees, tutoring in our classrooms, being front and center at our luncheon, and through generous financial support, and we are grateful for everything. Thank you. Each year, we honor those who continue this legacy, those who represent Mimi's kind and generous spirit and her commitment to this organization. And I should add the word feisty. She was feisty too. Last year, we honored former board member Dennis Kane, who we love. Yay, Dennis. We're so fortunate that he and his wife, Nita, continue to be tutors at Learning Lab and still make an impact. This is not a good sign, is it? This year, we honor longtime tutor Jean Dillner. Jean holds a special place in my heart. More than 20 years ago, when I was an adult educator, Jean joined my class as a tutor. I have loved him ever since, and I'm not just saying that. And so has every teacher and student who's worked with him. Jean fills a classroom with his big heart and ample humor. A few years ago, Leela, the teacher whose class he was tutoring in, asked him and the other tutors and students in the class to write a short bio that she puts up on bulletin boards so that everybody gets to know each other a little bit more. In part, Jean's words read, "I want to learn how to be a better tutor. I want to help students, bug Leela, and make Monique laugh. I am delighted to say he's accomplished everything on the list." It's with a full heart that I present the Anna Margaret Jones Legacy Award to Jean Dillner. Jean, please know how much we are grateful for you, your kindness, your commitment, your teasings, and your hugs. Thank you for all you bring to Learning Lab. You're the best, and we love you very much. You're gonna have to hold this. Okay.
That's pressure. Man, I hate to tell you, Monique, but your introduction was so nice, I went blank. So if you'll excuse me for just a second, I need to write down what I can remember. And actually, Monique stole some of my material, I think, if I remember right. So let's see. Increased pay. Could use more vacation. What else? I don't. Oh, more to drink besides coffee. That's going to have to do for now, and so I'll try to wing it. One of the things that occurred to me when I was told I was getting this award was a lot of you have never heard of Learning Lab until now, or you didn't really know what the function was. And I was going to tell you what the function was. Guess who told you? So I think I'll forget that. But the biggest thing that I get from Learning Lab is the sight of a student who has worked their crazy fingers to the bone. And that light goes on, and it really gets to you, as you can tell. But I think if you think I'm biased about the Learning Lab, my buddy. And one thing Monique did mention was how many tutors we have. And just think what kind of enterprise this would be if we had to pay them all. It would be quite a business even for Boise. But one thing that I always remember in casual conversation, people would say, it would get around to Learning Lab. I would mention it. And my wife, Nancy, would say, in her own little way, if I ever get sick on the day that Jean tutors, I better have my own ride to the hospital. And I always denied that, but I was always glad that I never had to prove it. But back in the day, when I was in high school, senior, a teacher said, "Gene, you ought to be a preacher." And I thought, man, now that I've got the mic, you're my congregation. This is my angel. But rather than really get into, how many of you people have ever been to church at least once? Pretty good. I'm going to try to use the Learning Lab as a basis for sermonizing. You just saw, well, let me tell you how I got into this. A friend of mine and our wives were going to a concert, and it was an outdoor concert. So we visited along the way, and he asked me, what are you going to do when you retire? And I said, well, I'm looking for a job of volunteering. And then here came Learning Lab. He was a tutor. And so if you notice, 2x2, Noah's Ark. You're not getting it, are you? That's my first sermonette. But it's been 20-some years of just joy. You met Gemma VanHole on the screen just a little bit ago. And I wonder if her husband, Bill, I think, is here. Would you stand, Bill? Gemma was a director for years. And I can only imagine that if it wasn't for the patience of Job, sermonette, it would be a lot of words spoken at the VanHole house, but he was patient. And everybody, regardless preacher or not, needs an angel, and I've got two of them with me today. I'd like for you to meet my daughters, Becky Ogburn from North Carolina. Where are you? Somewhere over there. There. and Jennifer McLaughlin from Seattle. And I think if any preacher always needs an angel on their shoulder, and that's no different at Learning Lab. And luckily, we have a phalanx of angels headed by the Archangel, Monique, and her host of angels, Jan and Mary Jane and Cassie, Joy, Stephanie, Allison, Kate. And we have an angel in training that's been with us for 11 years. Still hasn't made the grade. Leela, wherever she is. But instead of passing the plate at church, I just want you to take this all in, because you mean a lot to all of us. And without you, we can't do our function. So just thank you very much for the honor. Thank you for listening to me. And just one last thing. Give me an amen. Okay.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
You can't have that. That's going on there.
Okay, here. Here's your, I'll put this back in here, our photo op. All right, where's our, look at, she's probably eating her lunch. Anyway, here you go, Jean. Yeah. Oh, she's behind. Oh. I feel blessed. Get it? Okay. Oh my goodness.